This is Karita Parks with Bowie Television at M&T Bank Stadium, where the Baltimore Ravens took care of business with a 25-9 win over the Houston Texans in their regular season home opener. Now, while the win is good, the Ravens did get some bad news. J.K. Dobbins, he went out in the second half with what was perceived to be an ankle injury. After the game, Coach Harbaugh, he confirmed that Dobbins is actually out with a torn Achilles, and that will end his season. When many of the players were asked about Dobbins, you could see that they were emotional because they just know how much he wanted to be back on the field and how hard he worked to get there after another season-ending injury last year. Now, focusing on the game, the offense, that was the talk of the offseason, and we finally got a chance to see what they were able to do. Needless to say, it was a bit clunky for the offense in the first half, and it's clear that they do have more work to do. They were able to get things going in the second half. Justice Hill, he came in to replace Dobbins. He had 2 rushing touchdowns, and that really got the team on the board. Odell Beckham Jr., he was targeted only 3 times in this game. He did have a 29-yard gain at one point with no touchdowns. Zay Flowers, he was Lamar Jackson's favorite target today. He really showed out and showed that he will be a key to this offense during the season and as they move forward. On the defensive side of the ball, we knew the pass rush would be key, especially against a rookie quarterback in C.J. Stroud. And the defense, they pressured him the entire game. He was either scrambling or he was sacked 3 times by this Ravens defense. One of those sacks was a forced fumble. Besides the J.K. Dobbins injury, just a couple of other injury notes. Tackle Ronnie Stanley, center Tyler Linderbaum, and safety Marcus Williams, they all went out with respective injuries. Coach said that they have some MRIs to run on them to see the severity of it. So we'll just have to wait and see. The Ravens are back at practice on Monday at the Under Armour Performance Center. So be sure to stay tuned to Bowie TV for all your Ravens updates.
And we get an opportunity also to do it with a win. So we're very happy about that. That's the way you want to open the season. With that, we know there's so many things that we need to work on to get better at. And that's what we'll do starting on Monday. So we're excited with the win. I'm proud of the way the guys played. All the guys say, David Ajabo. I mean, how about the pass rush bringing it? You know, there was so much concern, you know, right? And he's been working hard, and the critical moment came up and made that play. I'm just proud of him. So I thought the whole team played as hard as they could, played as fast as they could, played as well as they could, and now our goal is to just keep getting better. So what questions do you have?
John, how challenging was it to kind of finish off that game where it seemed like the injuries started piling up with you guys throughout the whole game too?
Yeah, I mean, it would have been good to put it away. That's something we need to work on, try to put the game away a little sooner in terms of getting those first downs and things like that. So yeah, with the injuries, just to kind of brief you on that, J.K. has a torn Achilles, unfortunately. So that's going to end his season. It's just feel bad for him. It's not the way we expected this to go. And he's worked really hard, but J.K. is a strong-minded individual. He's got a big heart, very large spirit, and he's going to bounce back from this as well. The other injuries are really MRI-type injuries we'll take a look at. Ronnie and Marcus and Tyler. We'll look at those 3 things tonight and tomorrow on the MRI and see where they're at. So we just don't know about those yet. Yeah, just kind of crestfallen for them, you know. It's so many guys, you know, so many guys you feel excited for. So many guys you look at and say, okay, we got to work on this. And then J.K., who has this just unfortunate thing happen to him, you know. And he was playing well, so. But really, we'll put our arms around him, you know, he'll get into rehab and he will be back. He's a young guy, so that's really it. But yeah, it's really hard for him. They were going to run the 0 blitzes, you know, and Lamar did a great job with Todd and with T and with the guys, and just kind of got lined up and got a plan for it and did a good job, I guess.
John, you had a lot of guys who didn't play on offense during the preseason. How would you assess how their play with the new offensive scheme?
Say it again, please.
You had a lot of guys who didn't play during preseason on the offensive side. How would you assess the play of them play for the first time in this season?
That's a big thing. I mean, even I was talking to some of the guys. I mean, it's just different getting out there in the game. The game speed, operating, the crowd noise, all of it. It's something you get a sense for, and that kind of goes with not playing in the preseason a little bit. But they handled it, and now we're off and running.
How did you think the offense looked?
I thought the offense played a winning football game. I'm proud of it. I'm really happy with what we did. I'm looking forward to where we can go from here.
It looked at times like there's some clunkiness or, guys are getting comfortable, like you said, did you ever think about, conversation about, playing guys in the preseason, the new offensive system? Does that come to mind at all?
We'll have those conversations probably every year. Yeah, absolutely, that comes to mind. That's something that you really got to take into consideration and just decide what you want to do.
John, what did you think about your corner guy? Yassine, I think, got in there late, but Stevens and Darby went the whole way. How do you think they held up?
I thought they held up well. They, no big plays. Had a couple stop routes, which of course CJ throws those so well. And they got good guys running those outside routes. I thought our guys were right there on them. They made a couple. We made a couple. We made all the tackles. I was happy with those guys.
Is Yassine still working his way back and just giving everyone different guys?
Yeah. I mean, he just can't start practicing about a week ago. So he'll be ready to go. He's in a good curve right now.
Do you know if Dobbins was on contact or was that before? Do you know?
Was he what?
Was it on contact on the tackle or do
I
you know
haven't
if it was
seen
before?
it. Yeah, I'm not sure. Thanks.
All right, thanks,
All right, thanks.
Josh, you kind of told us about JP tearing his nose. What's kind of your thoughts on that?
That's very unfortunate, Like I feel like J.K. been busting his behind, to get back on that field and just show the world what he's capable of to help us out along the way. Like I spoke highly of this offseason, letting everybody know like we really need him. For him to go down with season-ending injury, that's very unfortunate for us. Not just him, for all of us. That's our brother.
Lamar, I mean, not to linger on this too long, but it's been so rare since that 2019 season for everybody on that team, or 2020 did everybody on that team to be healthy on the field together. JK out for all of 2021. You were missing the end of last year. Mark out today. What does that make you feel when you think about maybe some opportunities missed because of injuries?
I mean, that's part of the game. It's just unfortunate it happens. In certain situations, we don't need it to happen, but, not just we have injuries, like all across the league, people have injuries, they can happen any given moment, any given day, right on that field.
Lamar, first time. Lamar, there was a couple pre-snap stuff, a fumble, interception. I know you have the highest expectations for yourself, but knowing that none of you guys really played other than John Simpson in the preseason, and this is a new offense, did you expect that you were going to have to work through some stuff from a rust standpoint there in this game?
To be honest, Jeff, I didn't think that. And just having that little pass, the fumble, the BS interception, I wasn't expecting that at all. But like you said, we haven't been playing. I haven't played since like November. Didn't play preseason, but I feel like it's the first game. Things like that may come up, not just with us, throughout the league. And but we got the dub. Just move forward and just focus and practice a little hard on the things we messed up on.
Lamar, first time in this new offense with all the guys. You guys didn't play in the preseason. How do you think it looked? How do you feel like you played?
I feel like we had our ups and down moments. Like you can see where my ceiling would be. And then some moments is like what we was doing. Like what we doing, questioning ourselves out there. But like I said, it's the first game, little hiccups, first time with each other, on that field. I feel like the sky's the limit.
Lamar, how pleased were you to get Zay involved and see some of the plays that he made right off the bat?
Like I said, I already knew what Zay was capable of, and he showed it himself. Making guys miss, running great routes, catching the ball, and getting up the field, getting yards after the catch. But we want to get everybody involved. We got a lot of great guys on that field, in our receiving room, and I feel like we're doing something special here.
You've talked during the off-season training camp about having more opportunities for checks and calls at the line of scrimmage, more autonomy. What was it like the first game in action to have more of that at the line of scrimmage?
Yeah, we actually made some checks and made some calls out there on the field. Sometimes it went our way, sometimes it didn't. But that's what practice comes in. We're gonna work on that Tuesday, Wednesday, all the way up to Friday.
I said something like I get used to the speed of it, and today it slowed down for me, and it was better.
How pleased were you to come out and make big plays, heavily involved in the offense?
Honestly, I was just pleased to get some catches. I was gonna take in my head I was like 2 catches, I'll be good with that. First game, we get the win. As long as we win, I was all right.
Did it ever dawn on you with Andrews not playing today that you could be a lot more involved than maybe you thought initially?
Honestly, I didn't even know he wasn't playing. I seen him practicing the whole week, and he just like he ain't practice today. So he ain't warm up today, and I was just like, I don't know. Honestly, I'll just go out there and play.
Zay, does it feel like the Ravens are committed to using you in as many ways as you were being kind of used. You know, running the ball off of screens as a deep threat at Boston College.
Yeah, I feel like they use us in every way. That's for all receivers. We all play different positions. We all can play every position. We all can run every route. So there's no limit to our receiver room.
How much do you think the loss, JK has done for the season will be a big Achilles?
It's gonna be a big loss because everybody knows JK can really run the ball, and he was a big part of the offense in our run game. So losing him can be a big part. But I feel like Justice and Gus are gonna step up.
Zay, was there you guys came out and really moved the ball in the third quarter, was there anything said at halftime? Cause it seemed like parts of the first half were struggling offensively.
We knew we had to move the ball if we wanted to win. We knew we was capable of moving the ball. It was just we had to get everything together. It's our first game, first time running the offense in the game, so we just had to get used to just playing on the field with each other and just going.
Do you expect the offense to get smoother in a hurry now that you guys are out there all together?
Oh, absolutely. I feel like next game it'll be way better. Operation will be smoother. Everybody will be way more comfortable with each other.
So, I don't know what those play calls were early that got you those touches out on the outside, but with the defenses focusing on stopping you guys run, do you feel like you'll have plenty of opportunities if Lamar has the RPO tag to just throw it to you out there?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I feel like we got one of the best run games in the NFL. So you always got to worry about stopping that first, and then you got to worry about stopping Lamar. So that's just gonna get us open even more. And when Mark come back, it's gonna get even scarier.
All right.
You hear a lot about the pass rush. Do you take any type of, how do you feel when you hear people questioning the pass rush? Do you see yourself as a guy that's a big focal point in that department?
Yeah, the 4 guys that we got up front, when we rotate them in, each guy get the job done. And whenever they call my number, I'm just another piece of that 4-man rush. So anytime they call my number, I'm just happy to go in there, help my team out.
Do you feel the game plan going into this game was any way different just because it was an inexperienced quarterback that you were facing?
Nah, our game plan is mostly, the same every week. We got so much different stuff that we run. It's just whatever we feel comfortable with at the time. And that guy, he's gonna be a great quarterback coming up. It's just, it's tough coming in one against us as a rookie. So that's what we do.
Patrick, you had talked about this offseason, about your situation compared to JK's. How difficult is it to see a teammate like that go down?
Yeah, obviously, news came out about him. I texted him. That guy, a good brother of mine. It hurts to see that type of stuff happen to somebody so good. So, just a good person, good athlete. Obviously, he got other stuff going on, and it's just tough. I just ask everybody just pray for him, pray for his mental, pray for Marcus' mental, pray for those guys. Just stuff like that. That's why he went in the situation that he went. It's just tough. It hurts.
Patrick, especially with the way the first half ended, with you guys giving up the field goals in the last 2 drives, how pleased were you with the way the defense came out in the second half? I mean, gave up 3 points and it was only a sudden change situation.
We're not pleased. A lot of the stuff they got, we gave up. We wasn't communicating how we needed to be. We're in the spots we wasn't lined up fast enough. We were in our spots. Honestly, we should have dominated them even more than what we did. And that just starts at practice. We just got to get better. We just got to communicate better, line up faster, communicate better. Everybody got to get on the same page. So whatever we got to do to make that happen, that's what we got to do.
Patrick, John came out specifically citing David's performance today, and obviously, you and Roquan in the middle, people seem to know what that is, but the guys on the edge, and how do you think they responded to a lot of the questions about how they would come out this season?
You guys know what they could do. If we know what they could do, they know what we can do, and that's all that matters. We're confident with the people that we got. That's why we just let them go. Let them pass rush, 4-man rush, and we'll get out the quarterback. We know what those guys can do. They know what they can do. That's all that matters.
Patrick, sometimes people talk about inside linebacker like it's not one of the most important positions in the game anymore, but you and Roquan clearly sort of set a tone for the defense right away. I mean, is that something that you take pride in, that means something to you?
Definitely. I think when you look big picture, the organization, who was here, what they did, and the standard that they set, and then you gotta look at how do you want to be as an individual. Do you want to be great, or you just want to be average? And I know Ro want to be great, and he's already headed there, and I know I want to be great, and I'm already headed there. So at the end of the day, when we come in, we step foot in the facility or on this field, is all focused on getting better and trying to be great.
All right, thanks, PQ.
Thank you.
You know, another team might take advantage of that. So there's a lot of things we need to do. Get back to the drawing board, you know, but it's still cool to be able to see a W in an ugly win, you know. So a lot of things we can improve on. I'm excited about that.
I'm sorry, I apologize. I just got in here. I'm sorry if you answered this already. The loss of J.K. Dobbins to the season-ending game.
Yeah, you just made my stomach hurt again. It's the ugly part of this game, and you know these people are your brothers. You blood, sweat, and tears with them, and it's a sick feeling that I have over me just to know that that's what happened. So my prayers go out to him and his family. I texted him. I said, wherever you need me, whatever you need from me, like I'm there. At the drop of the dime, it's just. That question just made me it doesn't feel good, losing J.K.
How does this offense, especially in the running game, go forward without J.K.?
It's the same, you know, across the board. You know, it's always been that next man up mentality, and it sucks to say because this is, you know, truly a brother. But we have no choice but to play for him. Those running backs have no choice but to play for him, to run for him, and just find a way to make him proud. So. My prayers go out to him and his family. JK, you know we love you. Yeah.
Odell, sorry if you've been asked this already. You know, in your first game back with the wide receiving group, you know, you drew 2, you know, passionate parents calls. You had that long catch down the sideline. Zay had, you know, a good day and shot a few catches. Like, do you feel like this was kind of like you know, an appetizer for what's coming, you know, moving forward, or like?
It was undercooked appetizer. You know what I mean? It wasn't necessarily what, you know, none of us wanted, but for Zay to come out and this is his first game, like I said earlier, to see him do the things that we know he's capable of doing. Bate, who came back from fighting injuries and a surgery, and just to be able to see him out there playing with confidence. All of our guys, like we all played hard in our room. You know, there was mistakes, there was things that we can get better at and correct, and you know, do this and that. And so, like I say, it was an ugly win, but it's hard to come about dubs in this league. And you know, for me personally, it's not the day that I was expecting to have, but I feel like that's how God works. So you just gotta know that, trust in His plan, His process, and came out the game healthy. So that's a very good feeling. Get to go home, see my son, my family, and get ready for next week.
It's like, I mean, I don't know how many times I haven't looked back at how many times you played for the first year.
I'll see you later. Yes, sir.
Like the first year offensive coordinator, right, playing in a new system. Just in general, is it generally like this in like a first game? Because it looked kind of clunky out there at times, and like y'all were getting comfortable, or?
Yeah, it was an ugly day. You know, a lot of mistakes across the board. I made mistakes. You know, but we got great coaches in that room, Coach Dub and G. Lou. You know what I mean? And these guys are gonna coach us up hard, and we're gonna watch the film. And everybody's a man in that room. We can take the criticism. That's the only way to get better. So I know I messed up on a lot of things, and it's the first game. You know what I mean? It's a long season. I don't think anybody won a Super Bowl on week 1, so got a lot of work ahead of us.
What you missing? Not that you're expecting that to happen, those mistakes, things like that, but is there a sense of like needing to build it into because you guys hadn't played together anything?
I mean, I guess you just relate it to life. You know, you never know how it's gonna go, and at the end of the day, we can control, you know, certain things. And today we didn't do that, but we were fortunate to get the win. And you just got to get better. You just got to lock in, just correct your mistakes. You know, happy that it didn't cost us today, and just get it rolling. You know, like I said, I don't think anybody's ever won a Super Bowl on week 1, so got a lot of room for improvement.
All right, thank you, Odell. Appreciate your time.
You can't replace a JK, you know, special guy, you know, both, you know, football-wise and personality-wise, you know, he helps keep his team moving and all that. So, obviously, absolute gut punch and heartbreaking, and I know more so than anything, you know, he's going to attack rehab again, like he always does. He's going to be better than ever next year.
There were a few instances where even your fellow offensive linemen were down, both were able to get up and walk off. I guess playing long enough to get used to having to sort through that to continue playing the game, what's that like?
I mean, it sucks, you know, you never want to see 2 guys go down on the O-line in one game, especially, you know, guys as talented as Tyler and Ronnie. But it is part of the league, and it is inevitable. So luckily, you know, Ravens do a good job keeping good depth at the O-line. So whoever comes in to play, I think we have the utmost faith that we can do whatever we need to do, and we'll be ready to roll.
Does it go through your mind? I know you're trying to focus on the game, but after injury going, like, what's going on here?
More so, yeah, I think so. It's just like, come on, that sucks. That's really all you can say. Move on. Football style.
Talk about equally quick pass rush with the edge, right? And all your guys, we're going to get the pass rush from a lot of different places. Inside linebackers, you had one, or there's Washington had one. What's the key to that for you specifically coming in generating pass rush?
Just winning your one-on-one, doing your job, pushing that pocket, making the quarterback uncomfortable. When it comes to the outside guys, the inside guys like me, Roquan in the back, even out there is on the edge. So, everybody's just doing their job and playing hard for each other. That's the thing.
How fun is it for you to push the against them?
It's fun, but it's not fun. It's fun if you lose, but you got to win. So I'm going to celebrate today. I'm going to do tomorrow and get back to work. We'll get ready next week.
Justin, to do as well as you guys did without Marlon, with Marcus missing more than half the game, with some guys coming back to full strength. Obviously, it's a rookie quarterback. Offense a little bit banged up, but what would you say about this overall defensive performance?
We have each other back. We love each other, and we play like that, and you can see it. We all know that we didn't play to the level that we wanted to play. Coach Harbaugh said that. We all know it. We're all going to go back and look at the tape and just clean up things that we're not really proud of, and just get back to work.
Justin, we've asked you before about the pass rush and all that. Do you feel like you're coming into your own to another level this year?
I believe so. I worked really hard this offseason in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get better in all aspects, but definitely in the pass rush. Definitely was an emphasis. Not just me, just the whole D-lineman, Javo, Dafe, Roddy, Mike, Herb. So, those are things that we worked on. And, when you put in the work, hard work pays off. So, it's week one, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to talk too much. I'm just going to keep getting back to work. And we got a big one next week.
Thank you, Justin. I think we did a good job. There was some reps that we let them slip by, let them run. But I feel like we caused a lot of havoc that day. And my boy David got his little sack. So
how about that strip sack at the end of the game?
It's becoming this thing, the little strip phone. So I'm happy for him.
How big is that? I mean, obviously you're a little bit ahead of him in your career. How big is that just for his confidence? Obviously there's a lot of expectations.
Yeah, it's real big. He's a younger guy, but just seeing success early is always good, and he's going to build on it because you got 16 more games to go. He only get better. He's coming off the injury and everything, so the sky's the limit for him.
Dafe, what do you make of all the questions about the pass rush? A couple of team sacks today, and one including the strip sack from Ajava.
Yeah. They always gonna question it. They don't see big names yet, but I feel like we're doing good. It's the beginning of the season. We're just getting our legs under us, and there's more sacks to come. So, yeah.
5 total from the defense today. What does that say about Mike Macdonald's second year in this defense?
He's only getting better. That's the same that goes with us. We're only getting better. We got some with Sims, we got some with Rowe, Pat, and there's going to be more with the edges, as we continue to progress and everything. But, Coach Matt, he's a dog. He's always going to call something that's going to get us free. So, I'm not worried about that.
We didn't see a lot of Jevy and Clowney in the preseason, but it seemed like he stepped in there and looked like the Jevy in hold.
Yeah. No, he good, man. He good. He was he was a little down on himself for missing those 2, but I try to tell him, bro, you good, man. Short memory. You're gonna do good. We got 16 more games. Just keep your head up. But you did good out there.
I know it's early, but what are you hoping the identity will be of this team?
The identity?
Mm-hmm.
Just creating havoc, holding teams without a touchdown throughout the whole game. Hopefully the whole game. But we're a defense that I don't see a lot of weaknesses in it. Even with the injuries we had, God bless them. But I feel like we're gonna be a great defense.
Have you started thinking about Cincinnati yet?
Already. I'm like, I can't wait. Houston's over with. I'm trying to play them tomorrow for real.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
All right,
Thanks,
thank you.
Adolphe.
Yes, man.